I was designing. I got caught up in designing and forgot the time. Let me make sure I have everything here. Tina's here. Kathy's here. Yay. Okay. Hi, Colleen. Kathy. Tina. Sue. Marianne. Diana. I'm pulling up on my phone and then we will get started. Let me make sure my screen won't time out. And there we are. Don't see anybody viewing on Facebook yet, but I have that up just in case. Hi, Swirly. Hi, Christine. Leslie. Mary Lou. Louise. Let's play the intro and get started.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to all of our December members. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Janet. Calendar. Okay, guys, we're on this 12 days, and I just wanted to let you guys know that on day 12, which is a Monday, and possibly the 11th on Sunday, I don't know for sure yet, those will be recorded tutorials rather than lives. My dad's surgery got moved, and he's been calling me 2 or 3 times this week, so I think he's a little scared and he wants me there, so I will be going up. So those will be recorded, but I will do them. There will be files. I will release them. I can release them on the road. And so those will be coming to you. And I will also be doing the Thursday night live. I don't know that I will be back. But I will do the drawing. I will go live and do the drawing at least from the hotel room. So I will do the best that I can with that. I'm going to try. I'm going to possibly do a joy file on that Thursday, the 15th, because I can take my joy with me and I can take my computer with me, and then we can do a small project, and I can do the drawing from the hotel. So you guys bear with me on that week. I will do the best that I can possibly do. Okay? Things change, life happens, right? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. So let's review. Make sure you go to the QR code or go over to craftingwithapril.co to the Cricut giveaway tab. Read about the Crafter's Choice giveaway. Guys, you have 2 more days to get your entries in on that. I think it ends, I don't know exactly, but I believe the time ends on that at 11:59 p.m. December the 7th. And we will draw it on our live on the 8th, on Thursday evening. We will draw that. Also, while you're over there, do your AutoPress giveaway. Get yourself entered into that, guys. Yes, please keep them in your prayers. Oh, that works good for you for your cookie exchange, Marianne? Fantastic. fantastic. So, but I will have to record those 2 days because if I'm driving, I can't go live. I might get a ticket if I try that. All right, and the current sale, guys, still the 12 days. Make sure that you're getting in there on those 12 days of deals. They are some awesome, awesome deals. So grab that. Add your group code cuties. It will kick in when you have $100 worth of eligible items. Get that extra 10% off. And here we are on Design Space. Today we're making gifts for your neighbors. And I don't know how I got an extra. Oh, okay. That one's not supposed to be there. Make gifts for your neighbors. I'm going to save that. I did put the link down below, and I also put it on the Facebook Live so that you guys would have it. You have the link. But before you do your print and cut, make sure that we have a little twist to it. And I want to go over that with you before you do it. So we're making a cookie kit for your neighbors. And they are super, super cute. I'm about to show you on here. Make sure if you're looking for it, if you're just joining us for this, come to your homepage, click on holiday, and your day is revealed. And they did jars. Now, I did some jars at Thanksgiving. Flower. Let's give it a sec because it's showing me that it caught up. It's showing me that it has caught up. Is anybody over on Facebook having an issue? Is it back? You're back now? Yay. That was my bad, guys. I forgot to turn off my Wi-Fi. I apologize. I had my Wi-Fi on, and Wi-Fi will drop out when the resources get high. And I had to switch it back over to hardwire, which would, yeah, that cleared it up when I switched over to hardwire. I apologize. That was 100% my fault, not YouTube, not anybody else's. I was rushed when I was setting up and I forgot to turn off that. Yay. Okay. You went out and came back in, Diana. If you guys had just stayed for a second, it would have caught up. Again, that was my bad, not anybody else's. So where did we leave off? I told you this was looking a little bit funny in here when you open the file because that's flattened for print and cut. If you need to, you can change your canvas here. Come up and click on blank canvas, then come to the top and click on color. And you can make your canvas a color so that you can see your white print then cuts. Okay, and that's all we've done. That's all we've covered. So make sure that you're looking at your file and paying attention because we're going to make some changes on that. But before I do, I want to pop over to the overhead and show you guys what we're doing so it will make some sense to you guys. And I have a full tray here because I'm going to be doing two for you guys today, two different looks so that you can have a peep at them. And hopefully my overhead is working. Yay! I was scared because I forgot to check it. So I've got the big packs of cookies because if you're doing this for your neighbors, they probably have kids too. Now you can do the smaller packs if it's like just a couple and they don't have a bunch of kids or anything. Then you can get two of the smaller packs and it works too. I have two of the smaller packs in this one. Okay. So what I've done is I've got my spatula in there and I've got my towel and I am using the towel as the bag and it's all in the way you fold it and I have a wired bow on there. I also have a cookie cutter and then I have a tag that says from our gnome to yours and then I have the cookie decor sugars in the tag. Okay. So this is a little Cute little one. And this one has no iron-on it. So if you're one that doesn't like to do iron-on, this is the way you want to do yours. Because I flipped this towel inside out. These are the Better Homes and Gardens towels from Walmart. You get 3 in a set. And I apologize, I don't remember how much they were. I just grabbed them and I didn't look. But you can use any towels that you have or you want. Now, I did turn that one inside out. Let me show you. This is actually the right side of the towel. You can tell by the seam in the hem. But on the inside, it's darker. So if you're not, and it's more of a terry cloth texture. So if you're not going to do iron-on, flip it inside out and get that vivid color. Okay? And the reason I'm doing mine this way, I'm going to put the iron-on on this side. That way they can still use the towel, especially if you use glitter iron-on, and it's not going to interfere with them drying up things on the counter. Does that make sense? So, and this ribbon came from Michael's. If you guys like the little wired gnome ribbon, that came from Michael's. Yes, I made it match, Diana. I made that match the thing. You can't print and cut. Kathy, you can still cut it, and you can cut that gnome. I just flattened him. He's from another tag in Design Space, and you can just cut him and layer him up on your tag. You can use your pens to write. So you can still use it. Still use it, guys, even if you don't do print and cut. And I'm going to show you how, Kathy, because you can still get the same look that I got. And what I did, you can see my print and cut paper here. Now, I did 2 of these already, and I've cut the other one. It's in there, but I haven't cut it yet. But you can see I did my tags. I used pattern paper. I took my pattern paper, and in my printer, whatever side is facing me when I put it in my printer, that's the side it's going to print on. You need to be aware of how yours is printing and put your paper in that way and print on the back side of your pattern paper for this tag. So even if you're not printing, Kathy, you can put your pretty side to the mat and you can have it draw, and then you can glue your items on, and you can still use it, and you will still have the pattern on the other side. So there are workarounds if you don't have a printer or your printer is broken. And then you can see after I did it, my little reinforcement rings, those are what those little rings are in there. I just fed this back into my Cricut and cut the rings from the same paper. No need to waste it. So that's what I did, so that you have your pretty little tag. And you can see it printed my color here. I didn't print a color on the other one. Let's see if I can get that out here. So I did it on this pattern paper with the snowflakes, and I haven't cut it yet. And so I'll cut that, and then I will cut my rings from the bottom or up here at this top side, so that I can cut this off and still have my other part of my paper for something else. It's from Design Space giving you problems, Kathy. I would call, if you're having that issue, maybe uninstall Design Space, reinstall it, calibrate, do your print and cut calibrate, and then try it again. And if it still has problems, contact support and let them walk you through whatever might be giving you an issue. Because they're very versed in that, and they can really help you out. So that is what we're doing for our tag, okay? And I am using Cricut glitter for my snowflakes, and then for my red one, I'm using Everyday Iron-On. So totally up to you. And if you've got the last couple of mystery boxes, then you have this. This was a couple mystery boxes back where you had the sampler. You got the gold, silver, and the purple iron-on. And I just cut about a 3 to 4 inch piece off of there so that we could cut it quickly. And I'm going to pop back over and show you guys how I'm going to lay this out to do my cutting. So let's go back over. So I'm ready. I've already cut this one, guys. So you can print and cut separately. If you want, if you're going to be cutting this from 2 different pattern papers, you need to do it separate. So you would hide one and do the other, or either move it to another mat. So I'm just gonna leave it on there just so you guys can see. So let's hit make it. And I've already done this one, so I can just take it off, or I can move it to another page, okay? So I can move that one over there and do it from 2 different pattern papers. Super easy to do. You can move them now. So I'm just going to hide that because I don't need that one, and I have already printed this one, and I will get into that in a moment. These are the 2 little white rings that we'll be cutting from the paper, and so I'm just going to slide them over to, I don't know, maybe the 5-inch mark. I'm just going to bring them down just a little bit because I'm going to be cutting them on this page right here. Let's see, I can put them right there on the 7-inch mark, not get any black ink. So let's just do that. Just put them right over here. Bring them down. I know it looks funny because this is iron-on. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to move it. And I know that I'm cutting it from white iron-on and one from glitter. So I'm just going to put it on the same mat. Even though they cut. Actually, I'm not going to do that because they cut. One's glitter. If they're both glitter, you can do it. Even like if you're using white glitter and silver glitter. So I'm just going to do a new mat for that one. I'll just do this because it needs to be a different color than that white rings, or it's going to try to put those together, if that makes sense. So that's my white iron-on. That is my silver iron-on, and I don't need those. Those are for the other tag I've already done. And I'm ready to go. So now we're going to hit continue. And we're going to pop overhead, and I am going to show you guys how I'm loading my mat. I'm going to start with my iron-ons. And let's click on that. Hit. It helps if I have my machine on. That helps. I'm going to move this guy out of the way. Did it connect? There we go. And we are going to get our glitter iron-on. Do I have it over here? I know I saved it as a favorite somewhere. All right, so I have that. I'm going to use regular default pressure, and we're going to load it on the mat. So let's go overhead, and I'll show you, just because I'm not going to load my mat 2 or 3 times. I have ribbons everywhere today. All right, where's that iron-on? There we go. So I'm just going to take my liner off, and I am going to put this pretty side to the mat. Okay, you have a pretty shiny side and you have a dull side. And I'm just going to line that up. I can't line it up sitting down. I'm just going to try to line that up right down that side. I just can't do it sitting. I have to be directly over it. I'm sorry if I get my head in the camera, guys. So there's that one. We have one on there. I'm going to go ahead and put my white iron-on this side so that my mat is nice and ready to go. So now both of those are on there. Then we're going to pop over to, well, for some reason my overhead camera's over there is not working today. My backup camera. So I'm just going to load the mat. Hopefully you guys can see that. And we're going to load it because I'm cutting this one first with my silver to my left. and we're going to let that cut. While that's cutting, we are going to grab, which one you guys want to do first, the gnome or the snowflake? The white. Let's do the gnome first. And see, this has a little place to hang it. These are really nice towels. They were the Better Homes and Gardens kitchen towels. Oversized. You can use smaller. It's totally up to you. We're going to take this, and before we stuff it, we're going to do our iron-on there. So this is going to be the top, okay? What you're going to do once we do it is we're going to unfold it, and we're going to stick our cookie mix in there. So let's get our press ready. I'm just, because of space in my camera, I'm just going to use my mini today. So let's get that guy out. Plug him in and let him be heating up. And I believe I might have to heat up one more notch. I think it's on the low setting that we will be using. So, yeah, these towels are very, very, very nice. Let me come over here. Alright, and I am just going to pull this one off the mat. And I'm going to rotate my mat around, and I'm going to load it again. And in design space, I am going to come over here. And I didn't mirror this. There's no need to mirror this. They're snowflakes, okay? If you've got wording, make sure you mirror. I forgot to tell you that. I don't mirror images that don't need it. And so I'm going to select my everyday iron-on, and we are ready to go. I'm going to hit that go button. Definitely, if you have wording or anything of that sort, you will need to mirror, or it will not work. So let me check the Cricut heat guide. Let me find my link. There we go. So we have the Cricut heat guide here. And I am going to be using glitter iron-on, and it's 100% cotton, okay? And I will be using my Cricut pressing mat and apply. And, oops, I forgot to tell it what I was using. I'm using my mini. So let's do that again. Select mini and glitter iron-on, 100% cotton, apply, medium for 25 seconds. So I am going to pop back over here for you guys. So I am going to put that on medium, let that heat up, put my pressing mat down, and slide that machine back over. And we're going to weed this. Now the other one is already cut, so I'm just going to pull that off too. We're going to be using that in a moment. And I'm going to load my mat for my print and cut. So I've got that on there, and we're just going to put it in the machine, let the machine do its thing. And I'm going to change my cut. Let me show you guys that. Sorry, I should have stayed over there. You're going to change this, and where it has your print, you're going to send it to printer. I've already printed, so I'm just going to click on that, and we're going to change this to cardstock. And it's good to go. Need the scoring wheel. and we are cutting. There we go. All right, weeding. I'm just going to start from this upper corner. This is a very simple design, super easy, and we're just going to pull away the unwanted material. And a lot of people ask, how do I keep all the glitter that's on your transfer from transferring, guys? There's no adhesive on it. It's not going to go, okay? So you don't have to worry about that. It's not going to stick. It may make, I doubt it will even come off of this. I can't even get it to pick up on my thumb, so it's not going to go on there. So I'm going to center this this way. I want it to be a little bit down at the bottom. I measured this and it was about 15 inches in length when folded in half. So I made this go 11 and a half, and I figured I would just center it up there. This one's going to get probably caught somewhere in the ribbon, but that's okay. I'm just going to place it right on the top. All right, and then I'm just going to open it up now that I have it centered where I want it. And there's my little loop, so hopefully that's center. We're going to see. We're going to double check it. Just going to fold this in half, and that loop is directly in the center. But you can press your fabric and get it centered in there. So let's see. I'm going to say between these two stripes. So I'm just going to pull that up. There we go. And I'm just running my snowflakes right between those two stripes. There we go. Make sure it's good and centered. And putting in my blade to cut my tag. All right, so now we have that, and we're going to start applying. And it says 25 seconds, so I'm just gonna press and press. You know what? I think my smaller one might fit up here. I think we can get this guy up here. Yeah, he fits in the camera. Okay. Let's do this. This will be easier and quicker. So I'm just going to plug this guy in. We're going to go back to the heat guide. Are you guys still with me? I hope I just didn't close out my YouTube. There we are. I forgot I moved you. On your craft space. That's funny. I'm going to use this guy. I think that this would be better for this larger area. I just want to make sure. That way I only have to press once instead of in sections. So I'm going to make sure that everything is all set here. Let's pop back over and go back to the heat guide and select our other machine. I lost my heat guide. I'm working in limited space here, guys. All right, let's see. And all right, let's go with the Easy Press 2. And we could use the heat guide, but I'm using my phone for my Facebook. So let's go to glitter iron-on, 100% cotton, pressing mat, and apply. 330 for 30 seconds. 330 for 30 seconds. So we're going to turn this guy on. And we're going to set that time to 3:30. And we're going to set the timer for 30 seconds. There we go. And then it wants us to flip it for 15, so we'll do that. So I'm going to set this to the side while it heats up, guys, because I'm very space limited here. And I just pulled this mat out, and I'm just going to put it right back in to cut the other 2 circles. You just have to eject it so it will move on. Right here, I just ejected it so I could cut those 2 circles and loaded that mat back in. So has anybody made any of the projects that we've been doing? I saw some of the lollipop ones. I think I saw one of the ornament card. I'm trying to get back over. There we go. So I'm just going to pull that out, and you can see where I just stuck that right back in and cut it there, so I can cut this off right here, and I still have some of my pattern paper. While that's heating up, I'm just going to pull these off. You're just going to fold that tag in half. And I did use an editable image on this, so you can change the name. We did the Culbreth family, so you can put your neighbor's name on there and send that off. And you just need a little bit of glue here. And we're just going to go right on this edge and right here at the bottom, just slightly, and fold that over. And you want to let that dry before you place anything inside it. So I'm going to set that off to the side and let that dry. And we're going to bring our press up. And I'm going to have to press this, I think. Maybe not. Maybe if I set it diagonally, I can get it in one press on that mat. All right. And we're just, still going to have to do it. So we're just going to hit that go button. And I'm just using fingertip pressure, guys. Hey, Lynn. Let me get my YouTube back now that we're off of the heat guide. There we go. And then I'm just going to pull this down and get this other end. And we're going to start that 30-second timer again. I love my easy presses. I love my auto press too. That thing is awesome when you have a ton of stuff to do or if you just have one item. I hope you guys are entering that auto press contest. I can't wait to see who wins. All right, so now we have both sides pressed. We're going to flip that over. Does anybody remember if that said warm or cool peel? Because I don't remember. And we're going to press only for 15 seconds this time. So I'm just going to let it, I've got a 30-second timer on there, so I'm just going to get to 15 seconds and then I'm going to do the other end. We'll do this end. Yeah, I would love to be able to get my auto press on the desk and do that here for you guys every time I do iron on, but I've been having some arthritis flare-ups, so it's a little tough to pick it up. So there we go. I know anybody watching it this late will think, why is she putting that on the wrong side of the towel? This is actually the right side of the towel. The other side is a prettier color. That's still really hot. I'm not going to touch it while it's really hot. I keep losing my heat guide. Every time I go back to YouTube, my heat guide shuts down. I think it's a cool peel. I usually do foil, and it's a cool peel. I don't do a whole lot of glitter iron on because I'm a foil person. I love the foils. I'm just going to peel that. It's just a little bit warm. And just peel it back. And it's so pretty. So there's one. And now I'm going to go back, guys, and get that heat guide again. I'm not going to make you watch me get the heat guide. And check my everyday iron on. I think it's 315, but I'm going to double check it. And my Easy Press 2, my Transfer Materials Everyday Iron On, and it's on cotton pressing mat apply. 300 for 15 seconds. 300 for 15 seconds. So I'm going to turn my temp down. I'm going to turn this down, so I'm going to click temp and minus to 300. We're going to click on our timer and minus that down to 15 seconds. All right. And it wants us to do the same thing, except when I don't preheat towels, but you can preheat if you want to preheat. And it's also for 15 seconds on the flip. Okay. Just checking. Always follow your instructions. All of that good stuff. So while that cools down, we're going to grab the other towel. And this one's super easy. I have a tag there. I'll get that out. And guys, I do this with t-shirts too, so I'm just going to show you guys if you want to find absolute center. See, I had the stripes I could look at on that other one. I don't have that here, so I'm folding this towel in half. And while this is cooling down, I'm going to use it to my advantage, and I am going to press a seam down the center. I will double check, Diana, if glitter is a warm or a cool peel. I peeled it warm and had no problem. So now we're down to 300. See, it went down really, really quick. But now I have my seam. Just going to open it up. Now I have a center seam. We're just going to weed our white iron on really quick. Make sure you get all the pieces out of there. Come here. There we go. All right. So we have that weeded. And now I know the center is down through the center of that snowflake. So I am going to pinch my carrier. This is the sticky side of my carrier away from me. You don't want to stick the sides together. And I'm just pinching it right at the top in the middle. And then I'm going to do the same thing right at the bottom in the middle. And then that's going to help me line that up. And you know what? I put these on backwards. This was supposed to have the silver. Ah! I did it backwards. Don't be a goof like me. This one was supposed to go on the other. I'm going to cut another one. I'll just use silver on both. How about that? I'll use that for something else. You guys didn't even stop me either. You didn't even stop me. Glitter is, let's go back because we're going to have to change it now. Dummy. Cool to the touch. Cool to the touch is what, and that's what I did. It was cool enough. It was fairly warm. I'm just going to make a 4-inch cut. I'm glad that's a quick pattern. Cut. We'll go ahead and start assembling the other one. We're just going to place that there. And I'm going to come back over to my snowflakes. I can't believe yes, I can believe I did that. I can. All right, we're going to set this guy to the side till I finish cutting and work on this one. Yep, thank you, Lynn. Going back to 3:30, guys, in 30 seconds. All right. So now we have this one done. We're going to flip it back over and we're going to fold this in thirds, just like it was from the store. And you're going to grab your cookie mix. I have another one of these somewhere. I lost my cookie mix. And I am putting it in the front. So right there where my seam is, actually, I'm sorry, putting it in the back. That's right. Put it in the back. That way your weight is to the back. You're going to fold that back into thirds. And we're going to fold our pretty side back up. I'm going to refold it so it ends up center. Their fold is off from the center a little bit. So, let's see. I'm going to get a good center on it. There we go. It's too long for me to do. Okay. So, that's better. Okay. I'm going to open that back up, put my cookie mix in there. And then fold that back up. That's better. Now it's in the middle. We're gonna tie all of these at the same time. with different ribbons, but we're going to tie them. I may just put one together depending on time since I messed up here and had to redo. But they'll both go together the exact same way. So, and I will take photos of them and post them up. Ooh, that one almost didn't make it. Get it on the mat crooked. So set that to the side. All right, now we have our center seam there. And again, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to pinch my carrier right there where my seam is. This is not necessary with this design, but with other designs you could, because I'm just going to center this up with that. So there we go. Now we have our snowflakes down the center of the towel. And now we can press. And I'm just going to press right on top of it. Have to do that third one separate. And I've lost my mouse under here. There we go. Let me get back onto. So what projects are you guys making from the 12 days? From me, from other people as well? What are you guys doing? Are you doing all of the challenges or just a couple? I love the Smart Iron-On Vinyl too, Lynn. I really do. But I have this from the mystery box, so I thought I would use it. So mystery, 1 or 2 mystery boxes back, this roll came in. And I was going to tell you too, guys, some of them, you're trying to do them all, Kathy. And we're going to flip it. Some of your glitter iron-ons come with a sheet of paper in them. And somebody was asking me about that. This little piece of paper that comes in them, you can throw that away unless you don't have any extra. But if you have extra, you're going to want to keep that and roll it up. And that way it doesn't stick when you're rolling the like 3 colors together. It's just a barrier to keep the adhesive from sticking to the carrier sheet of the other. All right. So all of our iron-on is done. I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to flip this over. And because these towels, you want to be careful if you're going to be using wording, because they're going to hang this way when they're in use and they're using them for decor. So you want to pick a pattern that doesn't have any words, or that it can be upside down. That way it doesn't matter which way they've got their towel, because we've got it as a sack and we didn't want that to be upside down when we give it. And when they hang the towel either on their kitchen handles or their drawer handles or their stove handles, you don't want the writing to be upside down there either. So that's why I picked a snowflake pattern and did it this way. Oh no, Lynn, I am so sorry to hear that, honey. And prayers go out to you, sweetheart. I know that's tough, tough, tough. That's good that you're not by yourself. That's good. All right, so we have that one. And we're, again, going to fold that back up into thirds. And I'm going to grab my cookie mix. I'll make sure that that's coming up center. You want to get that centered best you can. That's good. Okay. So once we have that, we're going to stick this to the back. Fold it back up in there and then fold this over. Yay! Now I just have a white spatula because I couldn't find one in blue. Before I lose these, I'm going to place, these are my little pattern pieces, and it's just a reinforcement ring for your tag. I'll get my other one over here too. I left my glue open. Just a touch of glue and put that reinforcement ring on there, and then one on the back. Let that line up. And then we've got our gnome tag because we're going to need that for the other one. And you're going to need some cookie cutters, guys. And I have a gnome cookie cutter and a snowflake cookie cutter. And I got those in the 30 pack. You can get that from Walmart. It's a holiday set of cookie cutters. You get 30 of them. I think it's like $8 or $10, something like that. Yay, Lynn's a maker and shaker. Thank you for joining. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then I used a big KitchenAid for this. My plan was to make that look like a gnome. I was going to put a gnome face on it, but I'll do that later. And then we have our sugars for decorating. And guys, I got these at Walmart as well. You can get them in a pack. You get like 16 little different packs in there of different ones that you can use. My little reinforcement rings here for this one. And then one on this side. Okay, now we make, I'm just going to tuck that in. I want it sticking up. I'm not putting it all the way down to the bottom because these towels are so long it will get buried. So I'm just going to be, that's where I'm going to tie my ribbon, right at the top of my cookie dough and around the spatula. On both of those, don't need this glue anymore, and get that out of the way. And we can tuck that one right in there. And I put these to the front, guys. I put these in the front flap. I'm just going to run that into that loop. I think I've got my loop in the right place on these. Yep. That way they won't fall forward or fall out down at the base. There we go. They won't go any further in if you use that. All right. And I'm just going to set those to the side for the moment and decide which ribbons to use. And I'm going to be using this. This is, I think, from Michael's. It's just like a burlap type ribbon, or burlap color, I should say. You can decide how long you want your tails to be on your bows. I cut mine a little long so I can trim them off. It's better to have it longer and trim it than not to be able to trim it. And I'm just going to bunch that up right in the middle. And then I took another length Decide how wide you want that. I want this to end up in the middle here. Maybe a little bit wider there. I want one of my gnomes to show, but I don't want to waste any of my ribbon either. There we go. That looks good. So I got that where I want it, and I'm going to cut that off at a diagonal the other way, or either way. Just needs to be at a diagonal so it doesn't get too bulky. I am using wired ribbon. Use what you want. But I have those both cut at a diagonal, okay? Just work it around. There we go. And then I'm just going to bunch all of that up. Then I'm going to bunch this together right here. And I'm going to take a pipe cleaner, Dollar Tree pipe cleaner, that's all you need. And I'm just going to wrap that around a couple of times. And I'm just, the tails of that ribbon, I'm just tucking them up under. If they show, most of the other ones caught in the middle. So now I'm just going to trim that pipe cleaner off. And I'm just going to take a small piece of this ribbon here. Well, actually a good sized piece of this ribbon. Probably about 12, 18 inches, something like that. And I'm going to use it to cover that pipe cleaner, okay? And I'm just going to tie it into a knot at the back. Now, if you want to use a piece of the same ribbons that you used, you could do that also. It's okay if it shows a little bit. I've got sparkly on my ribbon. Wrap it around and tie it one more time. And then cinch it down good. The pipe cleaner just kind of helps you hold it. And I'm not worried about zhuzhing my bow up yet. I'll do that after. So now I'm going to bring in the one for my gnome. And I've got my tails on that right there. And that's what I'm going to, let's see. Doesn't really matter, does it? I'm going to go this way. Decide which way you want your bow on. And then we're going to cinch that around to the back. And they have to cut this off, or you can tie it. If you can get it tied tight enough to stay, to tie it in a bow. I don't have anybody here to hold it for me. Well, I do. My husband's in the other room. Maybe I can get it. And I don't want a big long tail on this. But if you want one, then you can do that. I just want a place for them to be able to untie it. So now we have that cinched. And then you can do your zhuzhing of everything. Oh, I should have put my tags and stuff on, but that's okay. I can still do it. So get your bow like you want. And I think I missed the tail of that. I may have to redo my bow. But you guys get it. Do all your zhuzhing. And then I'm going to use the same ribbon. And I'm just going to tie a knot in the end. And then pretty that up where we've been handling it. And I'm going to get my little gnome here. I'm going to run that through. Oops. And like I said, I should have put this on before I put my bow on. I'm just going to untie it. We're going to put it right on the loop of that bow. And we'll bring it around and zhuzh all that up after. And then on the other side, we're going to do our tag. Actually, my tag, I'm just going to loop over the top. So I've got my gnome cookie cutter on there. I'm going to cinch that up again. I knew I would forget that. And I've already cut that off. You'll want to tie that in a bow. I'm going to tie mine in a knot because I've already trimmed it up with short tails and I can't tie it again. There we go. All right. Make sure you leave yours long enough so that you can tie a bow. I'm going to have to redo my bow. My tail's coming out. I got it too short in there. We're going to zhuzh it up and work with it anyway. All right, and then I've got just a thin piece of twine here. And this way you can make them as you want for the tags with the names on them. And I just tied a knot in the end of it. I'm going to leave that knot undone. That way you can adjust it. We're going to put the loop through the tag. Get that here. There we go. And loop that. And then I'm going to come up maybe under my bow. See about where you want it to hang. And then tie your knot in the two tails. This way you can do your tags as you need them and put them on. Do them last. They don't have to be a part of it of your bow. Trim that off. And then it hangs right there. And then you'll want to put your little candies that you're going to use in there. You can write their name on the back. Okay. So that one's done. Super cute. I love it. Love, love, love. And let's finish up the other one here. All right. So we've got that. I'm going to place that in there again. Came out. And this one, I am going to use, I think, I had a ribbon here. There it is. I think I'm going to use the silver ribbon. They're too darling to give away. Oh, I like that. I think I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to use that. I think I want a big tail on this. I got this at the Dollar Tree, actually. I was surprised. How big do I want this? So I got my ribbon. I'll angle that off in a minute. Just gonna zhuzh it up in the middle. I'll do the same thing here. And this one, I'm not gonna need that ribbon, I don't think. I think I'm gonna use I think I'm just gonna use another pipe cleaner. I'll get that to cinch down tight enough. I don't know. I think I do know. I think I do. Let's see. I have, yep, I'm going to use that just to make it pop a little bit. I have this. This was clearance at Michael's. But you could probably find something very similar if your store doesn't have it. I don't like these plastics. I never can get them off. See if I can get between the ribbon and the plastic. There we go. That one's tough. There we go. Much better. Oh, that's pretty. I'm just going to cut a good length of that off. We got to make our cookie cutter one too. It's a little stiff, this ribbon is, but I'm assuming the glitter causes that. And a snowflake for this one. And now we're going to do this, cover this. Do I have my bow up? I didn't know. I just haven't tied it yet. Okay. And we're going to tie that around the middle. And cinch it up so it's good and tight. Cute. And again, find the center there, or the top of your bag. Tie it down tight. This one stays because it's got that glitter on it. That's good. Trim that off. And I still forgot to do it. Guys. Hopefully. I always forget to put the cookie cutter on. There we go. I left this one longer, so I should still be able to tie it in a bow. The glitter does come off this ribbon though. I got it everywhere. Why are you not working for me now? I put the cookie cutter on and now you don't want to work. Make sure it's in the center. Yeah, the glitter really comes off this. You want to make sure that you don't forget your cookie cutter and get this on there without having to fumble with it. And a little holiday sparkle doesn't hurt anybody, right? Come here. There we go. Tighten that up. And then we can zhuzh it up a little bit. Get some of that glitter off of there. Might have to take the lint roller to this one. since it's all white, everything shows. Cut that off a little bit. Tuck that to the center. How stinking cute. And let's see. I have a white and silver twine. I'll use that on this. Also from Michael's. It can be finicky though with that silver on there if you guys have ever worked with that kind of twine. So we got our tag. I'm just going to go up under my ribbon. Bring it to the back. And not that. Trim. How stinking cute. And I'm using the white sugars and the white perils in that one. And we're done, guys. How cute. So that this is the one that has iron on. This one has iron on. And then again, flip your towel the other way if you're not going to do iron on. Okay? Super fun and cute. I don't know. I don't know which one's my favorite anymore. Oh, good idea, Christine. Great for your postal carrier. Great for a teacher gift. Because teachers don't need any more cups, from what I'm hearing. They don't need any more cups. So that's something that they could actually make. Oh, let's make it festive. Let's add some gnome lights here. What do y'all think? My little gnome lights. These are from the Dollar Tree, if you guys... Oh, you're welcome, Diana. It's super easy and simple. If you can do iron on, you can do it. If you can do print and cut, you can do it. You don't have to do both. You can do both. So I wanted to make sure you guys had options. For those of you who don't do iron on, you've got one option here. If you do iron on, you've got the other option. If you don't have print and cut, you can still put your pattern paper to the mat and you can use your pen to draw or either cut the images and layer them up. Welcome, Kathy. You're a maker and a shaker. And Lynn, thank you very, very much for joining. Yeah, these are very, very nice, guys, because again, they can, if you don't do the iron on, they can use the towel year round. If you do the iron on, they have a nice holiday gift and they'll think about you every year. So, something to consider. And I have a couple of neighbor gifts from a couple of years ago, and I may release those into my profile. So if you guys are following me, that you'll get some more options for neighbor gifts as well. Little door hangers that you can put candies and all sorts of things in. Does anybody have any other questions? I'm going to take my photos and we're going to go over to Design Space. I'm not going to do it right this moment. I'm just going to bring this over and I am going to make sure that I save. I've already put everything in. Make sure that you go to your title, and I'm going to add more photos. I've got to take photos of the ones we just made. So I'm going to put photos in there, and we have cookie kits. I've done my description, put the photos, put the video down here so you can find it. But the most important thing, that tag, 12 days of making. Without that, your ticket is not entered into Cricut's drawing. So I'm just going to put a space or something. Make sure that you save it. Once you've saved it, make sure that you make it public in Design Space and you say OK. That gets you entered. Then please, please, please copy your link by hitting that arrow and post it over into the Facebook groups. These towels, yeah, Dollar Tree does have some cute towels too, guys. So if you don't want to do these towels that I did from Walmart, the Better Home and Gardens, you can do the Dollar Tree towels. They will work just as well, especially if you're using the smaller packs of cookie mix that Dollar Tree sells. The bigger packs come from Walmart. The smaller ones come from Dollar Tree. Thank you, Joyce. All right, guys, grab some towels, grab some spatulas. This white spatula I got from Dollar Tree. They have some red and whites at mine, but you might find some printed too. So take a look. They do have some holiday ones at Walmart too. I just didn't grab them because I had these on hand. You guys have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And we will do day 6. Happy crafting.